Okay, so Celica ST185 91 sunroof removal. This was kind of a real pain in the ass. So basically, there's the cassette. There's the actual roof panel that goes in here. And there's a ton of bolts. So you got all these nuts and bolts that I took out. There's this additional rail on both sides. So you're gonna take out, you know, all these bolts and nuts are probably overkill for what you really need to take out to get it out. I also took out the 3 bolts, obviously, that hold the outer roof panel to the cassette off. And of course, to do that even was a real pain in the ass. I had to get this down, which I just kind of pulled graciously. I tilted the roof. You can see there's still up a little bit here. And then I somehow pulled this thing out of place without damaging it, which is kind of crazy. But then, yeah, I had my buddy over here, all 150 pounds of them, sitting on the sunroof. In fact, he was standing on the sunroof, and the thing still wasn't coming down. So I did a little bit of research and found that this thing is glued all the way around, which I do know some manufacturers do, and it kind of looked like it was doing that, but I thought 150 pounds would have let this thing go. So I started to cut it out with a box cutter. I dropped the window motor, or the sunroof motor I dropped out, and I actually just started cutting from what I could get in this area in the front here with the box cutter. And then once I got that, then I just kind of went in there with a little clip puller and just started prying at it, you know, just getting up in there and just prying at it a little bit, get it down. And then I just was able to get my fingers in here and just pull on it, and that released everything in the front, and it released this whole side here in one go. And then started working my way, you know, around that edge. And then once you get this whole front end hanging down, you can kind of pop your head up through the hole here and look at the back line, and you can actually reach that back seal there, which is still the same stuff as this in my hands, which is the stuff that came off the front here. Still the same stuff, but you can actually access it pretty well with it hanging down. You can actually cut that seal up in there all the way through, and then boom, she came down. So yeah, happy about that. Way more work than it was worth, or way more work than it should be, really. But yeah, you know, we need to 3D scan this thing for cage. So I wanted to get that roof out of there so we can get a better fitting cage, and I'm glad we figured it out. So thank you for the tips that I found online, and to another buddy, Parker, who kind of pointed me in the right direction. And she's out. Sick.